Bernard's Little Eagles, it's Miss Townhouse, and today in this tutorial I'm going to be walking us through how to read magazines using our Chicago Public Library cards. So in the very first tutorial I walked you through a little bit about ebooks, but I love magazines, and so Bon Appetit magazine is currently one of my favorites. Mrs. Citron actually gave me this Wall Street version edition because it has a lot of creative people, creative types. It's good for fashion. And so I do love magazines. I don't really love the paper. I'm going to just move myself over. I don't really love all the paper that starts to accumulate. And so, an e-magazine subscription is a really great way to sort of eliminate the clutter that magazines tend to build up after month, they start coming to the house. And so I'm going to take you first to this, we want to go first to the Chicago Public Library. And so we're going to enter that same web address that we did in the last tutorial. It's chipublib.org. And so this is, again, the home screen. And I'm going to go back to the browse, which is going to bring down the menu. And just like we selected ebooks in the last tutorial, it has with it ebooks and magazines, and then this is going to bring us to RB Digital. I checked out Flipster magazine. There's only about 6 subscriptions that the library currently has. They are all current, so I got to read People magazine yesterday, which is also one of my favorite magazines, but I noticed that RB Digital, while some of the subscriptions are from 2017 and they have a lot of back orders, they certainly have a lot more, hundreds more. And so let's go ahead and click on magazines, and it's just going to load for us. Right, you can see my daughter's American Girl dolls in the background and behind me. And so actually American Girl Doll magazine, while they don't make it anymore, it is still one of the magazines you can subscribe to with your library card. And remember, all of this is free. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. And I noticed that as I was looking through this, I did see, they're all alphabetized too. I did see Bon Appetit magazine. And so if I really wanted to eliminate some of that paper waste, I can go ahead and just use my library card and read it directly from my computer. So here is the current issue. It actually just came to my house 2 days ago. I've been reading through it and loving it, and that's just, again, another option for me. And so maybe I shouldn't have bought a subscription. Maybe I should have turned to my library card for that service. There's everything from beading to bird watching. We saw there's the American Girl magazine. If I like puppy, right, here's that magazine. I'm actually going to show it to my daughter a little bit later in case she wants to read it. But I might be in a baking mood, so I've been doing a lot of baking at home. Maybe you have too with mom or dad or by yourself if you're in middle school. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the cookies. I actually did bake cookies last night. And let me just move myself over so you can see me. Hello. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and select checkout. And so this is the account sign in. And I just want to let you know that when you sign in using the library card barcode number, you can actually change that to a username because not everyone has their library cards with them or on this handy key ring. And so I highly recommend, changing it to a username, and then it allows you and prompts you to put in a password. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just sign in because I have that set already. So again, if you don't have a username, you can still enter your barcode as well as your zip code. Okay, so you've checked out the magazine, so I'm going to read it now. It is available for me. Unlike the ebooks that have a hold, I haven't found any of these magazine subscriptions to have a hold on them. So that's good, right? It's pretty instant access. Okay, and then this is, whoops, let me just move me over again. Hello. This is what it looks like. And so here's the page, sort of how I can turn my magazine, which is continually covering up my face. And so again, like I said, I'm in a baking mood, and so this really does fulfill all of my needs. And yes, I do have to return my subscription back into the cloud when I'm done. And as you can see, the pages look beautiful. Everything is really clean and crisp. And so this is definitely the RB Digital, definitely something that I would, keep using, especially because, right, I love magazines so much. And so I'm going to, that looks really good. Pumpkin cookies, right? Okay, so I'm going to click off of this. And then if I'm done, right, So like I mentioned, this is an older issue date, but that's okay because cooking is cooking and baking is baking. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the return, and it's going to return my issue for me. And so that then immediately is taken off of my record. If I go back, I can still continue to browse. And really, again, the RB Digital has hundreds and hundreds of magazines, some current and a lot of them back issues. But again, you know, beading really never goes out of style. Bird watching, right? I want to learn about bird watching. So maybe that's one of the magazines that I can click on. And again, I did all of this using my Chicago Public Library card. Chicago Magazine, that's a really great issue. Oh, and it's current. So March 31st, 2020, right? This is the latest issue. So I'm definitely going to check that out because this is a magazine I would buy. So let's see. It's just thinking for me. It's the best new restaurants, and I know when everything's open again, right? Maybe we can visit some of the ones they talk about. Okay, I want to read it now. And if I were to select keep browsing, then I could just keep searching for magazines. I don't know how many magazine subscriptions you can have at a time. I know you're allowed to have 9 ebooks at a time. Whoops, let me just move me over again. I'm not sure about magazines. So really, let's just see. And again, the pages look beautiful. They're easy to read. If I am having trouble reading some of the content, I can just, if I highlight below, the zoom function is available to me, and I can just zoom in on areas of the magazine maybe I feel I can't see very well. Whoops, I'm just trying to turn the page. And that allows me to do that. I can also go back. But yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful issue. And so I hope this was helpful for you, as, you know, in your own pursuit of magazines. You know, if you're like me and you love